It's Tuesday, September 30th. In the headlines, People's National Party unveils new shadow cabinet. Jamaica eyes game-changing HIV treatment pilot program. We also have the weekly Living Healthy report. This week, we focus on men and suicide. In business news, new adult-only, all-inclusive set to open. Regionally, in Trinidad and Tobago, Ignite fuels regional startup growth. And in sports, Nepal seals historic T20 International Series win against West Indies. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The opposition People's National Party has rolled out its new shadow cabinet, naming all 28 members of parliament and 8 senators to spokesperson and deputy roles. Party leader Mark Golding says the team is designed to provide oversight, keep the government accountable, and present alternative policies for Jamaica's future.
In announcing this shadow cabinet, we present a team of bright minds, some experienced leaders, and energetic new voices who are ready to serve the people of Jamaica. Together, they bring the creativity and determination required to chart a better course for our country. The shadow cabinet has been organized around 4 key pillars of national life: economic development, human development, physical development, and governance, ensuring a structured approach to addressing Jamaica's most pressing challenges.
Party leader Mark Golding himself will handle defense and constitutional affairs. Julian Robinson stays on finance and the public service, with Senators Ramon Ferguson and Lambert Brown as deputies. Fitz Jackson is now the party's point man on national security. Peter Bunting, who previously held the security portfolio, has shifted to productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness, with Senator Cleveland Tomlinson as deputy. Other new assignments include Andrea Perkis on tourism, Nikisha Burchell on creative industries, and attorney Zulika Jess on justice. Donna Scott Muttley moves to foreign affairs, while Dr. Alfred Dawes takes on health. Mr. Golding says the shadow cabinet will deliver value at no extra cost.
I also wish to emphasize that the shadow cabinet comes at no additional cost to taxpayers. This is not about salaries or perks. Our spokespersons serve without pay in these shadow cabinet roles. At the same time, the shadow cabinet provides an important platform for our MPs to engage meaningfully on national issues and to demonstrate their potential and readiness to assume portfolio responsibilities in a future government.
For decades, thousands of Jamaicans have benefited from the Overseas Farm Work Program, primarily through Jamaica's Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program, facilitated by the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. According to research, nearly 8,000 Jamaicans have so far travelled for jobs under the program since the start of the year. Interested persons can apply by submitting a resume to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security when advertisements are placed in the press. We hear more from Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr.
In Canada, applicants can participate in the Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program SAWP, which falls under the W1 category for agricultural employment.
So once those persons are identified, they go through a preliminary process of assessment to see if they're first eligible. And to be eligible, you have to meet certain criteria. You have to be between the ages of 21 and 45. You have to be a Jamaican national. You have to be literate and numerate. You have to be fit physically. You have to have the ability to do the work that will be required of you. And this is also a big part of the assessment in terms now, in recent times, of your psychometric capacity.
From there, ministry experts and liaison officers meet candidates one-on-one, assessing readiness, fitness, and technical knowledge to determine their readiness for the program.
Do you know about farming, which is another one of the criteria? Do you have any experience in this area? To tick off the boxes of your fitness, whether it is physically or mentally, to do the job. Again, that moves through that process, and then you go to another stage. If you are selected at that stage, you move on.
Those who fall short are not left behind. Under the No One Left Behind policy, individuals may receive Heart NSTA Trust training, literacy support, or rehabilitation grants to start small businesses at home, ensuring everyone has a second chance. An important point to stress, there is no fee to apply, and recruitments are not done through social media.
Because of the widespan reach of social media and the ease for persons to just create pages, many persons have created pages with my image, with other persons who are connected to the program, their image, and have given the impression that we are recruiting through social media. That will never be done, and that is not done by the Ministry of Labour. So once you see that, you know immediately you should be on alert. There's a preliminary training for all persons who have been selected. We work with our partners in the US and Canada to see how we can expedite and facilitate their application for visa. Our liaison service starts here with the team here at East Street, facilitating their travel, giving them whatever support for medical evaluation and anything else that is needed in terms of placement at the different farms. And they go from A to Z in terms of support along the entire chain, the entire journey that takes them from their home to East Street, to the airport, to Canada or to the US. Or liaison officers will then take charge to the whole experience that they have, the lived experience, wherever they are placed.
While the agriculture stream remains the most recognized, the hospitality stream is growing, offering jobs in hotels, housekeeping, and culinary services, particularly opening doors for women. But unlike farm work, hospitality placement requires certification, often through the Heart NSTA Trust and industry experience. At its core, the Overseas Employment Program is about more than earning foreign wages.
The Overseas Program has provided significant opportunity for thousands of Jamaicans. You have 16,000 Jamaicans over there between the US and Canada, and significant financial gain for individuals who can use that to support their children going to school, to support the building of their homes, development in their own community, and to come back home.
In a major step forward, curbing the HIV epidemic, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is preparing to launch a pilot program for the first long-acting, injectable HIV prevention drug approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, lenacapavir. The move, described as a potential game changer in the fight against HIV and AIDS, will make Jamaica one of the first countries in the region to explore the use of this biannual injection. Dr. Nicholas Skyers, Senior Medical Officer for the National HIV STI Program, confirmed that the pilot is part of a broader plan that includes the eventual rollout of another injectable pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP drug, which is administered every 2 months. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, speaking to the Jamaica Observer from overseas, said the intent is to provide lenacapavir free of cost through the public health system. He's quoted saying, "The current thought is to do that, but a lot depends on what turns out in the pilot and how it evolves over time, end quote. He continues, quote, but the thought is to have it free in the public health system because we're targeting vulnerable groups, end quote. The injectable treatment, expected to be a lifeline for at-risk communities, comes with a steep price tag. In the United States, it will cost approximately $28,000 per person annually. Dr. Skyers acknowledges the cost barrier, but stressed that pilot programs are essential to assess feasibility. She also notes that the injectable HIV prevention and treatment drugs will be particularly impactful as Jamaica, she says, is, quote, not a pill-taking country, end quote. This week on Living a Healthy Report, we're talking about suicide, particularly men who feel the urge to do so. Don't. Please call Jamaica Mental Health and Suicide Prevention Helpline at 888-639-5433. That's 888-639-5433. Remember, mental health conditions do not discriminate. Here's more information from the Jamaica Information Service.
Suicide is often a silent crisis, especially among men. For too long, many have carried heavy burdens in silence. But what happens when the silence becomes too much to bear?
Suicide is essentially somebody who ends their life or takes their own life, usually because of differing pressures or situations. Women are 4 times as likely to attempt suicide, but men are twice as likely to actually complete it. So you'll find that women will tend to ask for help in different ways as a way of seeking help. Men, once they get to that point, is I just want to end it all. And so it's more of a completeness in that sense.
But why are men so reluctant to seek help?
Usually it's the discrimination, stigmatization of seeking help. The thought of going to a medical professional to seek help because you're not feeling so well, mentally in this case, is seen as a form of weakness, and the last thing you want a man to feel is weak. So having that sense of vulnerability of I need to get support is not a very comfortable feeling for many men. So it makes it very, very difficult for them to actually go out and seek the support that they need.
There are signs to look out for when someone may be in distress.
So for example, a man may be more withdrawn, not socializing as much as before, perhaps changes in eating habits, sleeping habits. So he's eating more, eating less, sleeping more, sleeping less. Thoughts of taking his life, saying to friends, boy, I just don't see the purpose of life anymore. In some extreme cases, when we know that the possibility is there that they may complete suicide, is when they say things like, oh, all of a sudden everything is better, everything is fine, I know the exact way how to deal with this. Or they may give away their property, sell their things, give away, or even pack up their room in such a way that says everything is now neat and in order. Usually a sign that something is definitely going on.
The weight of unspoken stress can take a toll, not just on the mind, but on the body too.
When we think about holding up our stress, or is a man hold up your stress, it's not a very good thing, because when we bottle things up, we think, oh, it's going to just be me suppressing it. But it starts coming out in physical symptoms, which men may even dismiss. Without having a history of hypertension, they may have high blood pressure, they may have developed certain kind of cancers, excessive tiredness, different things that come up for them. And so it's saying to them, hey, something is not right. We're thinking that everything is fine, but it's not. Additionally, some men may even begin to take more sick leave. They're absent from work, not minding their responsibilities.
Speaking out is not weakness, it's survival. and the first step begins with a conversation.
In the business report, the Royalton Chic Jamaica Paradise Cove adults only all-inclusive resort is set to open in the second half of next year. The development will be the first branded resort in Jamaica and the sixth Royalton hotel on the island, adding 345 rooms and suites, including Diamond Club luxury offerings. The beachfront property will be located about an hour from Sangster International Airport and 40 minutes from Ian Fleming International Airport. Let's take a look at the market highlights with Denise Williams.
For the trading period ending September 29, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Alternative energy provider Wigton Energy Limited with 6,593,422 units traded, representing 15.67% of market sales volume. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited, Jamaican dollars shares of 3,469,801 units traded, representing 10.59% of market sales volume. Microfinance company Dollar Financial Services Limited shares of 2,596,272 units traded, representing 7.93% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On September 29, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $59.48 million purchased and US $55.53 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.59 per dollar, selling the US at $161.06 and buying the US at $159.47. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $1.32 per transaction, with selling at $116.11 and buying at $114.79. The British pound yielded Forex traders $3.23 in profits, with selling at $214.99 and buying at $211.76. For the credit report tip of the day, ambition is powerful. But when you walk into a bank, ambition alone doesn't open doors. Your credit report does. It's the first test of whether your dream is ready to move from vision board to funding table. I've seen it happen. A client with unstoppable drive was turned away for business financing. She didn't quit. She got to work, cleaned up her credit, and within 18 months, the bank said yes. Her business now thrives because she took action. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, the Caribbean's most ambitious startup summit is going regional. Ignite 2025, hosted by non-profit Caribbean Dragons, is set to return to Trinidad this October. But organizers have confirmed plans to rotate the event across the region, with Jamaica or Guyana being considered as potential hosts for 2026. Sunil Lala has the latest.
It's not a Trinidad conference, it's a Caribbean-based conference.
The Ignite 2025 summit, now in its second year, is already making waves, but organizers say this is just the beginning. Caribbean Dragons, the non-profit behind the event, plans to take Ignite to Jamaica or Guyana next year. The Vice President of Strategy at Caribbean Dragons, Andrew Sipasad, said their aim is to turn the local initiative into a regional movement.
Because we are Caribbean-based and we are hoping to be able to expand the presence and really truly act as an integrated region. That's the idea of taking it up, right? So that we're not just in Trinidad.
Held from October 13th to the 15th at the Central Bank Auditorium, Ignite 2025 will bring together over 600 startups, investors, and global experts with a goal of building a stronger, more connected innovation ecosystem across the Caribbean.
With an event like Ignite, what we're aiming to do is to bring in stakeholders across the innovation ecosystems and have us all be in the same room to chat. There are a lot of people doing a lot of things. It's a very distributed kind of efforts. And so where we're positioning is how can we leverage all of these efforts that are taking place in a distributed manner, bring it into the same table, and then being able to drive more effective change.
That room will include Shark Tank Mexico star and founder of Startup Mexico, Marcos Dantas. Mr. Sipasal said his presence is expected to inspire Caribbean founders to scale their ideas globally.
I mean, Mexico is a very developed ecosystem, and they have had several unicorns, which are billion-dollar companies coming out of it. And so it's for us to imagine beyond ourselves and beyond the borders what we see. And so that it's not this, we're not bringing in folks with the aim of like, we can't do it and we need to depend on international people. But in fact, it's the opposite of saying, how can we create that belief of possibility within our own founders, within our own ecosystems?
Further afield, CGTN is one of China's leading international broadcasters that uses cutting-edge technology and innovation to transform the way news is produced and shared. This state-of-the-art facility not only shapes China's voice on the global stage, but also offers valuable insights for broadcasters everywhere, including those in the Caribbean. Marlon Samuels reports.
CGTN, or China Global Television Network, is China's leading international broadcaster, dedicated to sharing China's story with the world. What sets CGTN apart is its cutting-edge technology, using the latest broadcast innovation to deliver news seamlessly across multiple platforms.
Our media, AI can help us, first of all, greatly reduce our cost of doing things. Like we used to spend a lot of money on doing expensive animations, but today we can use one single prompt to output a very excellent quality of animations. So that's one big advantage. And also enhance and fasten our production speed. AI can help us to review our texts very quickly, and then also it can help us do the voiceovers in our pre-production era to help us to match the pictures and the texts. So those are the very simple usage of AI in daily news production or documentary production.
From ultra-high definition cameras to virtual studios and real-time digital editing, CGTN leverages the latest tech to provide viewers with high-quality, immersive content. They are also pioneers in multi-platform broadcasting, streaming live on TV, online, and social media, with a focus on accuracy and global perspective.
AI has been developing really fast in many fields, so we also want to bring it into journalism to boost efficiency and make our content more engaging. But the key is we must make sure the news stays true and accurate, so AI should not be used to create fakes. So for example, we use AI to help us transcribe videos and interviews, and even to make comics and animation videos to tell stories about Chinese culture, history, and mythology. Our hope is that AI can take our news reporting to the next level.
This blend of tradition and innovation helps CGTN inform, engage, and connect audiences worldwide, showcasing China's voice on the global stage. A visit to CGTN could possibly open doors for Caribbean broadcasters, offering opportunities to learn from their cutting-edge technology and innovative storytelling techniques.
Right now, especially for CGTN, we are in great need of stories from Caribbean area because we do not have enough reporters or coverage network there. So firsthand, we are in great need of Caribbean stories. If you have more stories on the ground, you can send it to us. We can negotiate a way to write it on CGTN. And the second thing is, I think we can cooperate. Like we can send a team to Caribbean area and we can work together on the ground. You can be our field producer, field director, and you can send your story to us. We can send your story to you. So that's the cooperation.
By collaborating or sharing expertise, Caribbean radio and television stations can enhance their broadcasts, reach wider audiences, and better tell their own stories, fostering stronger cultural connections and expanding their global presence. Reporting from CGTN, I'm Marlon Samuels for the news on PBCJ.
In sports, we look to cricket. In a stunning display of discipline and fight, Nepal defeated the West Indies by 90 runs to take an unassailable 2-0 lead in their 3-match T20 International Series, their first ever against a full member nation. The win, built on a commanding all-round performance, left fans in red and blue dancing in celebration as Nepal etched their name into the annals of cricketing folklore. Here's Nasira Mohammed with the match highlights.
Batting first, Nepal posted 173 for 6 thanks to a composed 68 of 47 deliveries from Asif Sheikh and a fiery 63 of 39 deliveries from Sundeep Jora. Despite early setbacks, their 109-run partnership rebuilt the innings and set a strong platform. Muhammad Adil Alam chipped in with 11 of 5, while the West Indies bowlers struggled for breakthroughs. Chasing 174 for victory, the West Indies never got going. They were reduced to 16 for 2 at the end of the power play, mustering just 1 boundary in the first 6 overs. The early blows came courtesy of Dipindra Singh Airy, who bowled Jewel Andrew for 2 and a brilliant diving catch by Brutel to dismiss Casey Carty for 1. The innings spiraled downward from there, as Nepal's bowlers maintained relentless pressure. Muhammad Adil Alam emerged as the wrecker-in-chief with 4 for 24, including back-to-back wickets of Akeem Ogis for 17 and Amir Jangu for 16. That left the West Indies reeling at 63 for 5. Nepal's feeling was electric and pivotal. Every time the West Indies attempted to accelerate, they found a fielder ready to intercept or poach the catch. It was a masterclass in commitment, precision and teamwork. Jason Holder offered brief resistance with a quick 21 of 15 deliveries, but fell to Lalit Rajbanshi in the 17th over. The tail folded quickly, with Kushal Burtel cleaning up the lower order to finish with 3 for 16. Jason Holder, Akeem Ogis and Amir Jangu were the only West Indies batters to reach double figures in an innings marred by mistimed shots and pressure from Nepal's disciplined bowling attack. This defeat by 90 runs is the West Indies' joint 4th heaviest in T20 internationals in terms of margin. Their total of 83 is their 6th lowest in T20 international history, and a stark reminder how far they've fallen from their former dominance in the shortest format. For Nepal, this victory means more than just a series win. It's a statement of arrival, proof that associate nations can challenge and beat the big boys on the global stage.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Pleasant viewing.